Hi, my loves. How are we doing? All right. Skeletons are finally coming out of the closet. Okay. So I'm really going to let my guides kind of lead the way with this reading to see where is this going to go. And I'm going to warn you, this may be messy and this may be triggering. So per usual, I go long and detailed for a reason. So if none of this applies to you, sits right with you, you don't want to hear what I have to say, that is okay. I will be back some other time. But all day, I've just been picking up collectively a lot of like a liar, liar, pants on fire, Seven of Swords energy, just very sneaky, concealing. That's what I'm saying. This kind of feels messy. But again, with this collective, I'm kind of feeling, again, skeletons are coming out of the closet. So what is going on? What is happening? What is something we need to know? Okay, so I got divorce and gold digger. Let me just do two more for the top spread. Okay. So then I got, wow, communication, pregnancy, let go. You could be pregnant. I could be talking to somebody. You could definitely be pregnant. You could have children with this person, but this is clearly somebody you're in separation with. With that divorce, for some of you, you could have literally been through a divorce or in the process of going through a divorce with someone. But even then, you're currently like experiencing literally a breakup. That was your first card that came out. Okay. And here's the thing with that. This is going to teach you, I'm going to be blunt with this collective right off the bat. This is really going to teach you to let this person go. Because again, skeletons are coming out of the closet. I've been tapping in collectively a lot of, signs right now as far as like, something without knowing something. Okay. But I'm also hearing that could be a skeleton that may come out of the closet is somebody may be pregnant here. Pregnancy clearly is very significant with this collective right here. Make room for the new beginning on its way to you right now. They're trying to close a door for you. And again, there is some things that may need to come out in order for you to completely release this. But this is somebody I definitely feel like for a lot of you were, even if you weren't married to this person, you were definitely in a long-term commitment with this person. This is definite. You've had history with them. Okay. Do not make that. I don't think this is somebody you met for like 2 weeks, took off, and it broke off quickly. This is for a lot of you. I'm hearing you could have lived with this person. There could have been plans about pregnancy. Like I said, if pregnancy, but let me confirm. Oh, I got yes at the bottom of the deck. Wow. Yeah, but luck is on your side. Like I said, this may be a painful ending, but they're literally saying, it's kind of like rejection's your protection right here, but distance. They're trying to get you away from this person. Let me see more about what's going on. Please, narcissist. Someone is too full of themselves. If we're going to be, and again, like I said, I do not make these details fit. If this is not you, that is okay. I will tap in, of course, like how do you feel about this person? But I feel like this collective, you're definitely having a hard time letting somebody go. I think you're a collective. You've took a lot of behavior, a lot of nasty behavior from this person for too long. And it's like you're still finding a reason right now to hold on to this person, to not let them go. And especially if you do, I don't usually tie this card to actual narcissism, but if you really are starting to look at your person or the person you're attached to as a narcissist, it's very easy on the outside to tell people, well, just let them go. No, narcissism, it's like an addiction in a lot of ways. And especially if you were involved with this person for a long time, and if you were told over the years or months that you can't do any better if you have nowhere to go, or, blah, 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 or maybe this collective, I'm sorry, trigger warning, but if you actually don't have like a support system besides this person, it's not easy for people to pack their bags and leave. And especially if there is children involved, I understand that is not an easy thing to do. But at the same time, this is going to be a deep reading of this collective. You got to put yourself first. This seems to be a reading of you got to move on with your life. You deserve better. Skeletons are coming out of the closet, meaning it's kind of going to get to a point you have no choice but to let them go. And again, I feel like this collective already, you're in this mind frame of, they're not the greatest person for you, and it's specifically with this person, I feel like they've lied to you a lot, okay? Especially with that, I want your money and being used in communication. They were not honest all the way with you. And let's be real, that is a form of narcissism, especially if they were doing things behind your back, or gold digger in this case, if they were like, literally for some of you, they took money from you or used you for your money. That is a form of narcissism, especially if they never took accountability for it. But I think that is something this collective, maybe you are hoping for. Oh, is commitment. As I said, that you're hoping for a commitment. Yeah, you could be in the process. That's what I'm saying. You guys could have lived together at one point. You could be in the process of moving out. I think this collective, you're hoping for a turnaround. Confession. I'm telling you, and if you're not pregnant, I feel like somebody could be pregnant here. This reading immediately will be a giant trigger warning. Please do not make these details fit, okay? But yes, cycles, something is ending, but something else is beginning. Something is coming out to light. And again, confession, that confirms it right there. Let me do one more to confirm this, and then we'll break down but I think this collective, you're wanting a commitment, but that's even, sign alone that you were in a commitment with this person. Let me do one more. Okay, and then I got water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is a typical, I guess, narcissistic behavior that's coming up. The moment they know you're trying to move on, they're going to come back and try to see if you're going to stay put. Let me make this clear. I'm not picking up like anything like physical. I feel like this person has, I will say this with the water sign, they've definitely emotionally manipulated you for a long time. And this confirms it right here. There's emotional manipulation. As far as I'm kind of hearing, and I feel like this person's done this before. This isn't like their first rodeo with, you. They've always done the, yes, I've done this, but I won't do it again. Or I love you. They've always covered it up with, I love you, I love you, I love you. And you fell for it every time. There was heavy love bombing here. But we're going to break down what is this confession that is coming. And again, you're not going to like it. I will say this, you're not going to like it. All right. To really confirm it this year, reading, I'm going to see how is this collective you are currently feeling about this person right